All right, what's up, guys? I'm back at the same spot with Kris. I'm back at the same spot I was here with. I can't even put a sentence together. What's up, guys? I got Kris here. She's putting the bug spray on. We are back at the same place that me and Spicer were at like 2 weeks ago. You can see there's a big difference in the creek. So we just got 2 hard days of rain. I don't know how the bite's gonna be, but I did just see a brim bite something right here. All right, so if you watched that last one with Spicer, we broke that little Zebco. So I got a new little 202 this morning, and then we got just an assortment of dry bugs, and then Kristen got I think that's a crappie bait, like crappie as in white specks, but crappie, whatever. I just strung this up for some sheep's head for a trip we were gonna go do. Long story short, we had our dates mixed up. We had an expo over the weekend, and we did not get to go sheep's head fishing. This is Mother's Day weekend, and it's about to start raining again tomorrow, so no sheep's head fishing for now.
I just don't like you standing behind me.
But I think maybe this spot's just so easy to access, they just get wore out by everybody. Let's go find a spot, honey. I was just telling Kris this is the exact reason we need a creek boat, because this spot's probably just too overfished, but it's a great spot to put our boat in. So, perfectly good reason. I mean, think of all the memories we could have if we just had a creek boat. All right, Kristen said we might as well try the boat ramp. So, I know those little I told you so moments exist. So hopefully this is one of them. Hopefully I'm wrong. What's crazy is like last year or last summer, this, like you can see where we're at right now at this boat ramp on our WMA. I mean, the water was all the way up in here on this ramp. And I want to say we're still like 2 foot below full pull, maybe. I honestly don't know. I probably shouldn't even say that. But that's so hard to believe when you take a look at the creek we were just off of. Water's probably up enough to where we could put our boat in and run some limb lines tonight, babe.
Okay.
All right, so look, I'm coming up with a plan in my head, and I need to be talking about it so I don't get too far in something stupid. I think we go get the boat ready to run limb lines.
Get Chick-fil-A.
We get Chick-fil-A. This hook stays on my fishing rod.
Can't stay somewhere overnight because
We stay somewhere overnight.
I have Pilates in the morning, and she.
What time is that?
9.
We'll be fine. We can be back by Pilates time. All right, so we recocked. We got all our stuff together. We got our jugs for jugging. Yeah. So we're headed to pick up the boat right now, go check Chili out of school like an hour early, and then we are headed to Lake Sinclair in Milledgeville. So it's probably like an hour away.
We will be able to supply everyone there with something to drink.
Yeah. There are 7 tumblers in this truck right now between the 2 of us. This is insane.
And Spicer has 2 as well.
A 5-year-old needs 2 tumblers. We did get Ashi, so this is gonna be an interesting evening. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some jugs out, and then maybe do a little brim fishing, and then some bank fishing for catfish, and then go back out and check the jugs. So that's the plan anyways, but we'll see how it goes. Ain't a real big one.
What is it, cat?
Oh, it is a big one.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Ashi, no. Ashi, no.
Here, take the camera.
I got the net.
Yeah!
Show us.
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
Spicer, that's a good
It's
one.
gonna be chaos. We got another one over there. Look, this is first. I mean, like we hadn't been, and we've already got more cats on right now. We hadn't been sitting here what 10 minutes, honey, and this one already started pulling that 1 liter bottle straight down the bottom. What do you think, Spice?
Good.
First one. All right.
Might be a turtle.
Could be. We'll cut the camera before we deal with a turtle. Dang. That
Nothing.
must have been a turtle because
It has chunks at it.
that one was standing straight up. Oh, they took the bait on this one. Okay, so we are kind of putting a time limit on how much longer we're going to be out here. Spicer's getting bored. Ashi's being an absolute menace out here. So we have the string of jugs kind of running on back over like, I don't know, 300 or 400 meters, but we rolled up. We weren't filming. We were kind of trying to get the feel of how this is going to go because me and Kristen have never run jugs before. And we got everything set up, and I'm not 5 or 10 minutes after we got everything set up, that first one hit hard, and that's the fish we caught. I don't know how big that thing is, 10 or 12 pounds maybe.
Is there a rule?
So we did, we saw a ton of action right when that first fish hit. There was a bunch of our other jugs that were actually standing straight up. We had a few of those jugs we lost the chicken on, and then we think some turtles had started yanking on them. So turtles are like the hardest thing to deal with when you're trying to catch catfish. We've obviously never done jugging, but when we used to bank fish for catfish, we used to have a problem with turtles. So not a big fan of this kind of fishing, Chili.
She's learning patience.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
She
so.
likes fast paced.
Yeah,
Slide.
I think Spicer she's better cut out for scalloping and spearfishing.
She wants to be in the water.
Yeah. So we might give this another 30 or 40 minutes or so, and then we'll round it up and leave because that fish is more than enough we need for a fish fry tomorrow. We're actually not going to be camping tonight. We'll be going back tonight. We'll get some supper and head back, and then we'll cook this stuff up. All right, so we are back home, and I need to get that fish cleaned, but it is raining, and I don't have a fish cleaning station at the new house. I've never had a fish cleaning station at any of my houses, but I always use my tailgate anyways. But so since I got the XXL awning, maybe it'll just be a little ASMR while I'm cleaning this fish. Yeah, so it is freestanding awning, but once you get those poles out of the way of the light strips work better. So even if it wasn't raining, this awning is super fast to set up, and it's worth it just to open it up, even if it's just for the lighting. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get that fish out of the ice box, and I'm gonna look for my, oh, I know where my knife is. I am wearing gloves out here. I don't care. I don't care about anything right now. I just fell off my driveway that is 1/2 of a 1 inch above sea level and above ground level. And that hurt so bad. Off my driveway, rolled my ankle like a freaking idiot. I forgot how bad that hurts. Oh my gosh. I will for sure edit that part out. All right, guys. Well, since Spicer was watching TV in the background and the audio kind of sucks in the kitchen, I'm just going to kind of voice over this part. So for the fish fry, basically just did I think it was just 1 cup flour, half a cup of cornmeal, Tony's Cajun seasoning, salt, pepper, maybe a couple other things. And then I also did some panko breadcrumbs because I wanted to do kind of like a crispier fish fry. So mixed all the batter or whatever you guys call this, the fish fry flour mix. I mixed it all together. Obviously needed more Cajun seasoning. Toss that around some more. Starting the fish in an egg wash and then putting it in a flour mixture. And then I'm going back into the egg wash again before I put it back into the panko. So it's going to go in order like egg, flour mix, egg, panko, and then here we're going to the fryer. So I couldn't find my thermometer, so I just did the smallest piece of fish I had to kind of test out the temperature of the oil. And to be honest, it looked perfect to me, so I went ahead and put some other bigger pieces in. I know I probably should have gone ahead and cut these pieces of fish smaller, but I do have some reasoning to doing it. I'll tell you about that here in a second because I kind of show you an example of why I leave them longer. So that piece was done in about 5 minutes, just a small little catfish nugget. So pull it out as kind of a tester, see how everything tastes, see how it was cooked. And you can see here, it just came out perfect, that golden brown. I typically not real crazy about catfish, but for some reason, this fish was just freaking delicious. And I didn't go off a recipe for the fish fry or anything like that. I mean, like nothing we made for this meal came from a recipe. So pretty happy with how it turned out. You can see here, that's another really long piece of catfish. And I mean, a lot of people are going to say like I should have cut these up into nuggets, but I mean, it is what it is. And there's like one reason why I like to leave them together that's not toxic masculinity. And you'll see here in just a second. So while those are finishing up, come inside, make my remoulade is what I call it. I think maybe, I don't know how to pronounce it, remoulade, whatever the po' boy sauce is. So I just do a few scoops of mayonnaise. There's a specific type of mustard you can use for this, but I just have regular spicy brown mustard. Did that. Again, no specific measurements. Probably going off like 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise, a tablespoon of mustard. Obviously more Tony's. This is my favorite Cajun seasoning, so put a healthy amount of Tony's in there. And then I think we had some fresh cloves of garlic. We're just going to go in with that. Some trusty sea salt and pepper, just however much you like in there. Again, and then some lemon juice too. I think I squeezed a half a lemon in there. At first I thought I might have done too much lemon juice, but you know, mixed it all in there. But you never want to do too much because you can always add, you can't really take away. So this sauce, just put everything in there, no specific order, mix it up really good, and then you can refrigerate it for a while or just let it sit there till your fish is done. This stuff sort of makes the sandwich, in my opinion. So it's going to be sort of like, you can like funk up however much of the fish fry you want to, but I think the po' boy really comes down to 3 things. It's like, well, maybe 4. So the type of fish you're using, the type of bread you're using, how good your sauce is, and then what hot sauce you're going to use. Anything else, you just do whatever. So here's an example of why I like the longer pieces. So if you see that, it broke in half. And when that piece of fish breaks in half, like you know that that's done. You can kind of see like how it's got that big white flake inside of there. And I know like I got a big piece of fish in there, but I know it's done when it really easily falls apart like that and it's not mushy. Spicer, obviously got to pay the chili tax. She loves it. And always happy when your kids love the food you're making for them. So for this one, if you guys saw my last video with the lamb burgers, I do like to do some funky stuff just to kind of mix things up. So for this one, I used some Roma tomatoes. I think typically you would probably want like a beefsteak or Better Boy or something like that, but I did want to try something a little bit different.
Match close enough.
It was my fault. I shouldn't have cut them like that.
All right, so I'm gonna do sauce on both slabs of bread. Again, no recipe for any part of this. We haven't done catfish in how long? 6 years?
A long time, probably longer than that.
Of like that we've caught. Well, actually, we don't go order catfish anywhere either. All right, sauce on both sides. All right, healthy layer of fish. Ooh, what am I gonna do now? Oh, do you mind grabbing some of that crystal sauce? And then I'm gonna go onions. This might not be smart. I think I might have should have done tomatoes first. Yeah, then tomatoes. I think, and then hot sauce. These are my favorite hot sauces. It is my favorite. I guess I gotta do some lettuce.
Here you go.
Shoot. That's it. Oh man. All right. I'll tell you what, I'm not just saying that, that's freaking good. That is super freaking delicious. I can't believe that. So that sauce, I mean, there's like what, 6 ingredients right there: mayonnaise, mustard, garlic, lemon, salt, pepper, seasoning. That is so funny that we showed up super low expectations to even catch a fish. We've never been jugging before. First jug in the water, gets like a 10 or 12 pound catfish on in like a few minutes. I almost freaking break my ankle last night trying to clean the dang thing. And then low expectations for this fish today, and blows my socks off. So I got to give a credit to Brandon. He's the one that always talks me into buttermilking my catfish. So I can't even talk. See, I tried to do this and I can't put together a sentence. I usually say the same thing. 19. Yeah. Hey Peter, it's Sydney Clavin.
That's not right.
Yeah, that's not right. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this not overlanding, not truck focused video. It was just something we wanted to hang out and do as a family because me and Kristen couldn't catch a dang thing on the river yesterday. So that's hilarious how this happened. But I don't know what's coming up next, but stay tuned and we'll both find out together. Thanks, see you, bye.